Hi, good morning, my friends. How are you? I haven't spoken to you in a long time in this format. I've been very busy, but doing good things, hopefully. And I've been diligent in my own practice of sadhana. And as you know, my only interest these days is to help mobilize 1 billion people in personal and social transformation so we can reach that critical mass of consciousness that helps create a more peaceful, just, sustainable, healthier, and joyful world. So as I look at my career, I've gone from internal medicine to endocrinology to neuroendocrinology to mind-body medicine to integrative health and well-being to looking at the hard problem of consciousness and ultimately understanding fundamental reality beyond human constructs if we can, and find our true self as timeless being that permeates all of space-time, and that is the fundamental matrix in which all observers, all modes of observation, and all objects observed recycle as memory, as vision, and then evolve to higher states beyond waking, dreaming, and sleeping into what is called soul consciousness, ultimately cosmic consciousness, divine consciousness, and unity consciousness, enlightenment, nirvana, liberation, freedom, moksha, whatever you want to call it. So today I was thinking of chit, aash. The word chit means consciousness or awareness, and aash is the infinite space. So if I was to ask you, where is this experience happening right now that you are having? You have some device, maybe a computer or a handheld phone or other smartphone, and you're watching me, but of course you're also aware of your own body. You're aware, I hope, of your own thinking. You're aware of the objects around you, and you're also interacting with me right now as you're sending me your comments from all over the world. So where is all this happening? Where is experience happening? And as I have said so many times before, experience doesn't happen in the brain. All that happens in the brain are neural correlates of experience. That means electrochemicals. And experience of seeing doesn't happen in the eyes. All that happens is there's an interaction with photons. So where does experience happen? Where is this experience that you are having right now of your own mind, of your own body, of Deepak, of the screen, of the objects in your room? Where is this happening? And some of the greatest teachers of all time that come from the tradition of Kashmir Shaivism will say that this experience is happening in chit, aash. Chit, pure consciousness, aash, the infinite space. So right now, wherever you are, be aware of the space around you. Be aware of the space that engulfs you, that engulfs your experience of me, that engulfs the objects in your room, that engulfs your body-mind as an activity, and engulfs all the people that you can at this moment perceive or think about. Where is this happening? And that's happening in the space right around you. The space right around you that engulfs all the experience. Me, you, the statues in my back, the chandelier up there, and everything that's in your room around you, all the people in that room, wherever you are, and all the furniture and all the objects. So, where is this experience happening? It's happening around you, in chit aash. Dr. Rashmi Shetkar says chit aash, mahakash, hridaya akash. Well, ultimately, it's all mahadakash or chit aash. There is only one infinite space. And if the objects were taken away from that space, let's say all the objects disappeared in that space, then that space would not be experienced as space. It would not be experienced at all, because it would be inconceivable. What gives space shape is the objects and the movements of the objects and the biological organisms in the objects. That creates the theater of space-time, causality, and movement. So the objects in your room, some of those objects may be just furniture and they seem stationary, but even they are not stationary. The objects, the furniture in your room, they're made of atoms and subatomic particles that are moving at lightning speeds around huge empty spaces. And even the solid objects in your room and your own body, when seen as they really are, they are proportionately as void as intergalactic space. So, ultimately, everything comes from pure space. Some people say they cannot hear me. Please send me a signal that you can hear me, so I don't waste all this and you can't hear me, and I say all these things and you can't hear me. So now we've come to the idea that space is fundamental reality, whatever you want to call it. This space, quantum vacuum, the field of possibilities, the immeasurable potential of all that was, all that is, and all that will be. Can you hear me, please? Please tell me if you can hear me. I am increasing the volume here, but yes, people can hear me. Okay, so if this chit akash did not have objects, either moving objects like biological organism, I'm a moving object, you're a moving object, plants are moving objects, all biological organisms from bacteria to elephants are moving objects, but even stationary objects are made up of moving objects, particles. And ultimately, when you track them, thank you, Robin, for letting me know that you can hear me. Thank you, Ojasvi Garg, for letting me know that you can hear me. But if the space didn't have objects, then it would be inconceivable. You wouldn't be able to see it. The theater of space-time and causality is because space is bubbling up with qualia that ultimately manifests as all observers, all modes of observation, and all objects observed. Some of those objects seem stationary, some are moving, but actually everything is a movement, and subatomic particles are also a movement, and ultimately they're an expression of probability waves in a field of infinite possibilities. So chit akash is the organizing principle in which all reality emerges. Okay? So your body is engulfed in it, your mind is engulfed in it, all objects are engulfed in it, the stars and galaxies are engulfed in it, and even our thoughts are engulfed in it because it is infinite, unbounded, borderless, constantly self-organizing itself and evolving as space-time causality, as movement, as volition, as choice, as experience, as perception. So where is this? Space is right here. You, I, and all is engulfed. So why not try this? People ask me, how can I find myself in that space? And the secret is that that space is the space between your thoughts. It's the space between your breath. It's the space between every perception, because what we call perceptual objects are actually perceptual activities in consciousness. So it's the space between thoughts, it's the space between objects, the space between every perceptual activity, every thought, every sensation, every sound, every taste, every smell, every intention, every activity that you can think of. And those activities are very simple, really. They're sensations bubbling up inside your body. When you close your eyes, the only experience of the body is sensations. And they're intermittent with spaces in between. Every perception, you look at a color, you look at another color, the space. So between perceptual objects, between perceptions, between intentions, between breath, between thought, all one infinite space. Bring your awareness to this space, right here, around you, and you will feel stillness. And that stillness is infinite possibilities. It is, as Ramanand Dikshit right now says, it's I. I is embedded in this space. I is embedded here. I is embedded between every intention, every thought, every perception, every feeling, every vision, every image. I is both transcended, which means all possibilities, infinite correlation, infinite synchronicity, unpredictable, the source of intention, the source of creativity, the source of intention, insight, imagination, creativity, vision, everything possible is in the matrix, which is right around us, this space. So there are two kinds of ways that you can use your awareness. One is focused awareness. You're focused on my speech, or on what I'm saying, on my words, or you're focused looking at me, or you're focused looking at that statue. So that's focal awareness. And then now relax your eyes and become aware with soft eyes of the space. This is chit, aash. Slowly start to understand that without the space, there would be no possibility of experience. We wouldn't be able to experience objects, our own body, thoughts, perceptions, even the sensation of our breath. This is the matrix. We are engulfed by the matrix. And the matrix is the womb of creation. Nature goes to exactly the same place to create a galaxy of stars, a cluster of nebulas, a rainforest, a human body, a thought, a perception, an image, an intention. The matrix is right around us and within us, and permeates all of space and time. Bring your awareness here, right here in this space. Keep it here, and your mind will go still. Or just observe the spaces between your breath, between your choices, between your movements, between your thoughts, between your feelings. And that's the matrix. The word matrix is related to the word mata, mother, womb, matter, meter, time, music, measurement. Grounded in this being, perform action, and then you become the matrix. You become all possibilities, timeless, eternal, not subject to birth and death, but the source of space-time causality, the theater in which we move and breathe every second as the unknown. Relinquish the known, let it go. It's the prison of past conditioning. Step into the matrix right now, and you will be free. Until next time, this is Deepak. Ramanand, thank you for joining. Maura Isabel Fernandez, thank you for joining. Lisa Marie McDevitt, thank you for joining. Jackie Scully, thank you for being here. Sherry Randall, thank you for being here. I'll see you in the matrix. And until then, stay grounded, but reach for the stars in the matrix.